Okay, so I found a spot out in the country here. We're going to do our reading. I pulled over and have no idea where I'm at. I hope I can get out of here. But I found this little oak, or what is it, avocado groves, and this grass, this color of this grass just called me up here. So I came up. I wanted to get a view for us. Look at the different colors in the sky. Isn't it beautiful? And here's my little spot. And we've got a little bit of snow still left here. As I was driving, it looked like there was going to be a way taller vista that I could have shown you guys, but this is it for now. So here we are. It's really sad. After the storm, the snow that we had, we lost a bunch of our eucalyptus groves. Everywhere I've gone, I've seen the trees broken off the tops. Our branches are gone, so it's kind of a bummer. But anyway, okay, so this is where we're going to be. And we're going to be doing magical messages from the mermaids. That's what I heard this morning. And I've been doing Archangel Power Deck for such a long time that I figured let's try something a little bit different for a change. Okay, so that's what I heard this morning. Mermaids. So that's what we're doing. So here, I'll use the grass here as my spread. Friendship. Make a date for a play date with one or more friends. So here we're seeing these two little mermaids, and there's a interesting, I've been seeing a lot. We're going to have to get this totem. This is a manatee. And I saw this yesterday on one of my friend's feeds, and I was drawn to it. So we're going to talk about the manatee totem later on my page. But for now, friendship. So it's asking for you to get out there and connect with people. Maybe you've been holed up. Maybe you've been isolated. And maybe you've got your mind on a lot of other things, and I'm going to let you guys look around. Maybe you've got your mind on, your stresses and worries, and that's one way to get your mind off of it, is to go and see somebody else, talk to somebody else, enjoy yourself. It raises your vibration, and it just brings you a much more positive outlook on life, and gets you out of your head. I know for myself, I work a lot at home, and I don't really see people that much, so it's important to get outside and let's look around, and get my mind off of what I'm thinking about, and stop thinking so much about my work and responsibilities. And that's kind of what they're asking us to do, is we understand that your responsibility is important, but it's really important to get out there and get your mind off of that and have a good time. Look up an old friend, or go somewhere where you're going to meet new people. Do something that's going to open you up to laughing, and laughter raises your vibration. And also it's not just for you. Maybe, it's dark. It's also for them. Maybe somebody in your life is missing you. Somebody in your life is needing to hear from you. So if you can think of somebody that you need to call or touch base with, be there for them, and if maybe you don't have a lot of friends, maybe they're asking you to get out of your comfort zone and go places where you can make new friends. So maybe that would be somewhere like, say, I always think of my friend Bill, and him and his yoga, and so maybe go join this is so dark, I'm sorry, I'm trying to find the lighting there. Join a yoga class, or an art class, or somewhere where you find somebody that's got your similar interests, and you'll pick up a new friend, So they're asking you to do that. It's important. So that's our first card. So our second card, let's shuffle these. I don't know if I'm supposed to be up here. I kind of jumped over a fence. Well, not really a fence, but kind of a gate thing. And I hear tractors moving. Ooh, pay attention. I like this one. Pay attention. Notice repetitive signs and your inner guidance, as this can yield valuable information. So they're telling you to pay attention to synchronicities and messages that you're going to be getting. You could be getting these messages in so many different ways. Oh, the lights, I'm sorry. In songs. Songs is one of my favorite ways to get messages from Spirit. in movies, seriously movies. I've sat down, like I went to The Hobbit, and took my grandson to The Hobbit, and I sat there, and during the entire movie, I loved it. I'm not talking this Hobbit, but the one before that. I can't wait for this one. I sat there with my cell phone, literally taking notes during the entire movie, because it was one ongoing message from Spirit. I mean, I hear in fifth dimension anyway, but you will get messages that way too. I get messages on the radio, you can get messages on cars that drive by, you can overhear conversations and there'll be a message for you. Spirit wants to get a message, or your higher self wants to get a message to you. They will use whatever means possible. And media and music, they're out there. You know, we're always listening to the radio, we're always going to movies, or we're turning on the television. So pay attention, and if something pricks, you know, grabs your attention, it's meant for you. You know, I've had people laugh at me and say before, oh, songs have, you know, country songs, they've got a message for everybody. And you know, every song has a message for everybody. Spirit, like I said, will use any means that they possibly can to get messages to you. So they're asking you to pay attention, and pay attention to repetitive thoughts that you're having. Something keeps coming back up. It's your higher self trying to get your attention, so you need to pay attention to that. If something's sending up a red flag to you, pay attention to that. You know, your higher self is very intelligent. You're very powerful, and you just need to trust what you're hearing. So a lot of us will, you know, we'll get a thought, or we'll keep having something come to us, and we'll think, no, that's, you know, that's ridiculous, or that's fantastic, or, you know. I talked about one of my girlfriends last night. I talked to her about this, and about the way I, you know, pay attention to the signs and messages that come to me. And I said, you know, people have said to me, that's a little bit fantastic, don't you think? And I thought, I communicate with angels. Isn't that fantastic? I'm alive. I was created. Isn't that fantastic? I mean, look at here. Isn't that fantastic? So when you get a message and you feel that something's coming to you, trust it, because it is. It isn't too fantastic. Fantastic's just an awesome word. Okay, so then the next, fantastic, that is a good word. I haven't used that for a long time. Awesome's kind of my word. Woo! Okay, hold on. Still don't have my card shuffler. But this works better than the sand. The grass at least grabs the cards. Okay. Oh, this is lovely. I love this. Healing heart. You're a powerful healer. Keep up the great work. And there's a mother with a child, and she's got her arms around her. So what first comes to mind is there's a healing taking place with your inner child, maybe from your inner child, from your childhood. There's healing going on in regards to your upbringing. There's healing going on in regards to relationship with your mother and father. There's a healing going on in a relationship that you're involved in right now. There's a healing happening right now. That's what came to me first. And I've got a very, very strong feeling about that. So the words here, you are a powerful healer. We're all healers. We all have healing hands. We all have the gift to heal others with our words, with our actions. But seriously, right now, if you've been going through something that's been difficult, the message that I'm getting really loud from Spirit is that there's a healing going on right now. So that feels really good. You know, there's and sometimes maybe when people are healing, they pull away from you. So if that's the situation that you're in right now, understand that when people are in a healing mode, they go in. You know, they go into their cave, and they aren't going to be as available to you as normal. So I'm going to look here. Something just popped up into my head, and I just want to check. Okay, so what they're saying, and this is another aspect of it, is of course that you are a healer. So maybe you have been getting messages from people, or confirmation from your friends or family or other people that, you know, you just seem to have the right words at the right time. You know, how is it that you just know to put that out there? And, or you know, you have friends possibly that just have that way of talking. You know, you have certain people that when you're going through things, you go to them, and they just have a gentle, loving heart and way of energy about them. So their Spirit is saying that you have this effect on people, and you may not understand or even realize when you're doing it, but you have this ability to heal. And we all have different ways of healing. There are people that are gentle and quiet, and there are people that are more outspoken, more aggressive. But they're saying that they're actually commending you, that you have been very instrumental in helping people in their lives. And so this is like a high five or pat on the back from Spirit. They're also saying that because of your healing abilities, maybe this is something that you want to look into for a profession, because it not only would be helping you, but for helping other people. We always want to be doing something that's benefiting the planet, benefiting mankind. So they're saying, possibly, would you want to look into Reiki or counseling of some sort, or and they're also saying, what I'm getting right now is that they will support your Spirit will support when we give, when our emphasis, our main emphasis is on giving of ourselves for others. You absolutely will be supported by Spirit. So possibly, if you are in the process of doing something like this, they're also saying that don't be concerned. If this is a business that you're starting or you're getting into a new field and maybe you're struggling, they're telling you to persevere, don't give up, because they are with you and they're supporting you with this. Those are the messages. And I feel like I'm supposed to ask for another card, so I'm going to. One more card. Sometimes it's 3, sometimes it's 4. Just depends on what I'm shown. Okay. That one's pretty clear. Oh, I love that too, which is always true. You're being helped. Heaven is working behind the scenes to help you, even if you don't see the results yet. So here we are in this situation where maybe there's a healing taking place, like I said, or you've been struggling with something, and sometimes it feels like you're alone, and Spirit wants you to know that you're never alone. They're always with you. And it's when you do feel the most alone is when you're most surrounded by Spirit. But the one thing that we need to always remember is that even though they're always here with us, we're never, never alone. We also have to understand that they respect our personal boundaries, and they watch us. Like they're with me right now. They're all around me. My guides and angels are with me all around me. And if I'm sitting here struggling, and I'm a very independent person, and I'm a do-it-myself kind of person, and sometimes, even though I know, I forget to ask for Spirit to help. And we need to ask for them to come in, because they have to respect our personal boundaries. And they won't step in unless we ask them. So ask them to come in and help us, and they'll be there for us. And know that they are helping us. And even if we can't see what's happening on the surface, maybe things feel like it's not moving, feel things aren't happening, but they are. It's being worked on behind the scenes. They're telling you that. And you can see evidence of that by the messages that they bring to you. You get an analogy of like sailors. They look to the birds. If you can't see, if there's a fog, but there are certain birds that are land birds, and if they're getting close to the shore, then you see these certain birds. You'll get certain telltale signs that you're being helped, and ask for messages. Ask for these little telltale signs to come to you. I was driving along right now. I'm listening to my daughter got me Maroon 5 CDs for Christmas. I love Maroon 5. So I'm driving along and I'm listening, and I ask like straight up ask questions, and then I'll go boom 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 on the dial on the CD. I have no idea what song I'm going to pick, but I'm asking a question, and then I land on the CD, and I'm telling you, there's always the message. And again, you could say, oh, please, you're reaching or whatever. No, it's not. Please trust your intuition. Please trust what your higher self is telling you, and trust what it is that Spirit's bringing you, because you are getting answers, and Spirit is helping us. So our messages: friendship. Call a friend. Go out and hang out with your friend. Be there for a friend. You are being helped. There's a healing heart happening. You have a healing heart. You're helpful in other people's lives. And pay attention to the signs and the synchronicities. All of these, they all go hand in hand. I like them. Of course I like them. I love them all. And look how pretty they look on this beautiful brand new green grass. I love being out here. This is so helpful for me, myself. I've been holed up in my house, and you guys have probably heard, I've posted on my page that I haven't had any sleep in like months. It's the full moon. I wonder if we can see it. Today is, I think it's today, is that the 4th? I don't even know what the day is. our first full moon in the new year. And it's interesting because it's called the wolf full moon or the old full moon. And the wolf full moon, because it's when the wolves would come and howl after the snow in the villages, they would hear them, and so they called it the wolf full moon. I love the fact that it's the wolf. The wolf is very important to me. He's my guardian and connected to my twin soul. I love the wolf. So that's kind of cool. But the old moon, I thought that was interesting, being that it's the very brand new, the first week of the brand new year. So it's basically the full moon. The old moon is saying goodbye to 2014. And that's what we do with the full moon. On the full moon, you write your list. Have you guys done your full moon meditations? Because I do it every time. It's amazing. You write a list of all the things that you're wanting to let go of in your life. Everything that you can think of. Nothing's too small. Get very specific. All the things that you wish to let go of. Fear, money concerns, extra weight that you're carrying, on and on and on, whatever it is. Write these lists down. Go out under the full moon. Light your list on fire. As the smoke rises, it carries with it the negative energy, and it takes away this that you don't want to have with you anymore. And then you ask for it to be transmuted into pure white light. You don't want any garbage out in the universe. And you let go. And then it's welcoming in the new. For this brand new year, we have a brand new year in front of us. And it's called the year of the sheep, which is interesting. I was actually born in the year of the dragon, but I'm an Aries ram. So I take this year as my year. I'm claiming it. It's going to be my year. It's also the reason I feel that way. It's very cool for all of us, is this year is also known as the year of adventure. So I'm all about adventure. And it's about getting out there and exploring, getting out there and going after your dreams. Last year was a really, really working year. It had a lot to do with working through all of your past karma, and it was a huge forward movement as far as our ascension. But as far as harvest, this is supposed to be the year for harvest. And I posted a little bit about it before on my page, about the year of the sheep and what it means. Adventurous, and it's supposed to be a lot to do with love and amorous actions happening this year. So yay! I'm grabbing that. So anyway, that's it for me. I'm going to let you guys take one more look around up here. God, it's so incredibly beautiful. The colors up here. Look at the colors in the sky. It smells good. I came up here because I wanted to find a little bit of snow left. And after we had that big snowstorm, and it's been so cold at night, today it's like 70 degrees. I'm wearing boots and a coat, and I'm just boiling to death. So I thought if I come up to Fallbrook, up to the top here, it'd be cooler. So it is. So anyway, all right. If you want to follow me, I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Google+, I'm on, what else am I on? All under Sherry Columbus, and my Facebook page is Sherry Columbus Angels Whisper, or Angels Whisper Sherry Columbus. And my website is www.thewhispersofangels, and I'm always available for readings and dream analysis if that's something that would help you. And I guess that's it. So Happy New Year, everybody, into the brand new year, and have a very, very wonderful full moon night. The sun's coming out right now, and it's shining down on that path. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that path. I get very pulled away when I'm up in nature. I love it here. And I want you guys to see it. I want everybody to share it. Adventures aren't a lot of fun for me unless I can share it for other people, with other people. So that's it. Have a very, very, very wonderful week, and I'm sure that we will speak again at some point during the week. Blessings.